Hello everyone, and welcome back to our English learning channel. Today, we're going to practice some very useful daily English conversation. Imagine you need to go to the post office. What do you say? What questions will you hear? Let's find out together. In today's lesson, we will go through a complete conversation at the post office, step by step. I will speak slowly and clearly, so you can easily follow along and practice with me. Are you ready? Let's begin. The first thing you do when you walk into a post office is greet the clerk. You can simply say, hello, or good morning. The clerk will likely respond with, hello, how can I help you today? This is your chance to say what you need. Let's imagine you want to mail a package. You can say, I'd like to mail this package, please. Let's practice that together. I'd like to mail this package, please. Good. The clerk will then ask where you are sending it. They might say, where is it going? Or what's the destination? Let's say you're sending it to Japan. You would reply, I'm sending it to Japan. After you tell them the destination, the clerk will need to weigh the package to determine the cost. They will take your package and place it on a scale. They might say, okay, let me weigh this for you. While they are doing that, you can just wait patiently. Once they know the weight, they will give you different shipping options. These options usually vary by speed and price. The clerk might ask, how would you like to send it? We have standard mail, priority mail, and express mail. Let's break down what these options mean. Standard mail is usually the slowest and cheapest option. It's a good choice if you're not in a hurry. Priority mail is a bit faster and costs a little more. Express mail is the fastest and most expensive option, perfect for urgent deliveries. So, the clerk asks, how would you like to send it? You need to choose one. Let's say you want the cheapest option. You can say, I'll go with standard mail, please. Or, if you want to ask about the price first, you can say, could you tell me the prices for each option? Let's practice that question. Could you tell me the prices for each option? The clerk will then list the costs. For example, standard mail is $15 and will take about 2 weeks. Priority mail is $25 and will take about 1 week. Express mail is $50 and will arrive in 3 days. After hearing the prices and delivery times, you can make your decision. Let's choose the middle option, priority mail. You can say, okay, I'll choose priority mail. Let's repeat that. Okay, I'll choose priority mail. The next question from the clerk will probably be about the contents of your package. They need to know if you are sending anything fragile or dangerous. They might ask, does this package contain anything fragile, liquid, or perishable? Fragile means something that can break easily, like glass. Liquid is something like water or perfume. Perishable means something that can spoil, like fresh food. It's very important to answer this question honestly. If your package has something fragile, you should say so. For example, yes, there's a glass vase inside. It's fragile. The clerk will then put a fragile sticker on your box. If your package has nothing like that, you can simply say, no, it doesn't. Next, you will need to fill out a customs declaration form, especially for international mail. The clerk will hand you a form and say, please fill out this customs form. This form asks for your name and address, the recipient's name and address, and a description of the items inside the package, along with their value. Take your time to fill out the form carefully and clearly. For the description, you can write something simple like books and clothes. For the value, write down the approximate worth of the items. Once you're done, you hand the form back to the clerk. Now, it's time to pay. The clerk will state the total amount. For our example, they might say, all right, with priority mail, your total comes to $25. They might then ask, how would you like to pay? You can pay with cash or a credit card. If you want to pay with a card, you can say, by card, please. If you're paying with cash, you can say, with cash. Let's say you're paying with a $50 bill. You can hand it to the clerk and say, here you go. The clerk will process your payment and give you your change and a receipt. They will say something like, here is your change, $25, and your receipt. The receipt is important. It has a tracking number. You can use this number online to see where your package is and when it will be delivered. The clerk might point it out and say, "The tracking number is right here on the receipt," and that's it. The transaction is complete. The clerk will likely say, "Have a nice day." And you can reply, "You too. Thank you," or "Thanks for your help. Have a good one." Now, let's try a different scenario. What if you just want to buy some stamps? You go up to the counter and say, "Hello, I'd like to buy some stamps, please." The clerk will ask, "How many would you like?" Or "What kind of stamps do you need?" Stamps can be for domestic mail, within your country, or international mail, for other countries. Let's say you need to send a letter overseas. You can say, "I need 2 international stamps, please." Or, if you're sending a letter within the country, you could say, "I'll take a book of 10 domestic stamps, please." A book of stamps is just a small booklet with several stamps inside. The clerk will tell you the price. That will be $3. Please, you pay, get your stamps, and you're all set. Simple, right? Let's review the key phrases we learned today. When you start, you can say, "I'd like to mail this package, please," or "I'd like to buy some stamps." When asked where it's going, you say, "I'm sending it to ... double quotes, and name the place. When given options, you can ask, "Could you tell me the prices for each option?" To choose an option, you can say, "I'll choose standard mail, please." When asked about the contents, you can answer, "No, it doesn't contain anything fragile," or "Yes, it's fragile." And when paying, you can say, "By card, please," or "with cash." Let's run through the entire package mailing conversation one more time, from start to finish, without my extra explanations. Imagine you are the customer. I will be the clerk. I'll leave a short pause for you to say your lines. Ready? "Hello. How can I help you today? Where is it going? Okay, let me weigh this for you. All right. How would you like to send it? We have standard, priority, and express. Standard mail is $15 and takes 2 weeks. Priority is $25 and takes 1 week. Express is $50 and arrives in 3 days. Okay, priority mail. Does this package contain anything fragile, liquid, or perishable? Great. Please fill out this customs form. Thank you. All right, your total comes to $25. How would you like to pay? Here is your change, $25, and your receipt. The tracking number is right here. Have a nice day. How did you do? I hope you found that practice helpful. Going to the post office can be a little intimidating if you don't know the right words, but with these phrases, you'll be able to handle it with confidence. The best way to get better is to practice. Try saying these phrases out loud. You can even practice with a friend. The more you use them, the more natural they will feel. Remember, making mistakes is a normal part of learning. The most important thing is to keep trying and not be afraid to speak. That's all for our lesson today on English conversation at the post office. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more English learning content. We post new videos every week to help you improve your speaking and listening skills. Let us know in the comments what other situations you'd like to practice. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.